Hello, everybody, and welcome aboard the Voyage. My name is Michi, and I've been a K-pop fan since second gen. This is my friend Julia, and you want to tell us a little bit about your exploration of K-pop?
It's more of a passing interest. I've heard some here and there, and I like a couple of different bands, or I like a couple of songs by them, but I haven't super gone out of my way to be like, oh my god, I gotta learn everything I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a perfect candidate for the Voyage. So I'm so
Okay.
excited that you have decided to join me for this.
Mhm.
So we're going to do a deep dive into Dreamcatcher to start, which is my alt group. We're going to start with the Nightmare Arc and do their first 4 title tracks. But before that, to help you get to know the members a little bit, we're going to do a little bit of knowledge first.
Okay, knowledge. All their outfits are super cute.
I was going to say this
Just like
era slapped.
right off the bat, every outfit super cute.
Every outfit fire. No notes.
No notes.
Stylist. Dreamcatcher is a 7-member South Korean girl group under Dreamcatcher Company, which used to be called Happy Face Entertainment, which you'll see coming up. The members are Jiu, Sua, Seon, Handong, Yuyeon, Dami, and Gayeon. Each member represents a nightmare or fear in the original arc. The group debuted on January 13th, 2017, which was Friday the 13th, under Happy Face Entertainment. Of course they did, right?
Why wouldn't you? If you had the ability, why wouldn't you do it?
They saw the opportunity and they took it. Under Happy Face Entertainment with the single album Nightmare. On February 13th, Happy Face Entertainment announced they will rename to Dreamcatcher Company. So that happened in 2019. So got to show you off the members first. So their official colors are this black color, this burnt umber, and the cream can. I can't read the black color. And their logo changes every comeback.
Okay. Is a comeback like every CD, or do they just like, are they like, we're quitting? No, we're not. We're quitting. No, we're not.
No, that's contract negotiation. But no, a comeback is whenever they have an album or a single or like some form of media that they're going to present to everybody.
Okay.
All right. So their last one was for Virtuous, which was Justice, which is one of my absolute favorites. But all right. So this is Jiu. She is our leader, lead vocalist, lead dancer, and visual.
I don't know if that's supposed to be like someone else's hand or her own hand, but either way, it's very interesting.
Here's the thing, it's Dreamcatcher, so it could be both.
It's fair. I was like, from what you've told me about them before, like it wouldn't surprise me if they were like, yeah, we're doing like a weird like sapphic thing. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I always assumed it was her own hand, but now that you said that, I'm like
unclear with the angle, but like I don't know how long her arm is. Like I don't know.
I mean, she does have those long limbs. Oh my god! But all right, I love her because she's also a Taurus. Yay, Taurus! And she is Korean, and hers is the fear of being chased.
Interesting.
So you'll see that come up.
I'm just gonna mentally make an overlap chart of like where they fall versus in the Magnus Archives what their 13 fears are.
So yes,
how much overlap there is. Just mentally, I'm gonna keep that thing going.
Oh, but
so perfect. She would be the hunt if you were curious.
All right, so something to keep in mind, she is a former member of Minx, which will come into play eventually.
Okay.
All right.
She likes baby metal. Of course she does.
Yep, she likes baby metal. Yeah. All right, next member up is Sua. Sua is our main dancer, lead rapper, and sub-vocalist. So what that means, she is like the principal dancer. And then Sua is fear of restraint.
How do they mean that? Like, is it like
being
a
chained
FOMO or like, oh, okay, so like bondage. Okay, like original Wonder Woman villain.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And she's a Leo.
Okay.
And she was also a member of Minx. All right, this is Seon. Absolutely love her. She is the main vocalist.
Is she the one you're like, I love her so much?
No, that's Dami. Dami is the one who has her own binder.
Yeah. She has her own binder.
Yes, she does. And it literally says the bias. All right. But this is she's the main vocalist. And trust me, she earns that title.
Okay.
And she is a Libra. And her nightmare is claustrophobia. And she is also a member of Minx. Most of them are Minx. 2 of them are not.
Okay.
All right. This is Miss Handong.
I love her hat. It's very Lydia Dietz.
I just love Hanang. Her nickname is Ice Princess, and she lives up to that. She is the sub vocalist, and she's an Aries, and she is their Chinese member. And her singing in Chinese too is beautiful. Okay, so then this is Yu Yan, and she is your lead vocalist. And she's a Capricorn, and her nightmare is mesophobia.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I don't offhand.
I don't either.
I was just gonna be like, that's fine.
Fear of getting lost.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
She's probably the spiral. Oh, I guess it is literally just maze-ophobia, which
mesophobia.
That seems too on the nose.
But I like it.
Reeks. I guess that makes sense because never mind. Anyway, yeah, probably closest is the spiral.
I'm like spiral.
The spiral is a lot of things, but in the Magnus Archives, the spiral is the thing that causes insanity, but it's also like a literal spiral. Like one of the monsters in it is like there's like more or less like an infinite like roomscape situation where you like go in a room and then there's like endless hallways and like rooms that offshoot and stuff to it, and you can't ever find like the middle of the maze. Like that's not a thing.
Oh, really?
You like wander around and around and around, and there's a monster chasing you through that like giant like never-ending space, and that's the whole thing that the spiral does. There's been a couple of people that have found the center, but something weird happens to them, and they kind of don't maintain that personhood. It's weird. You'd have to listen to it for this to make any sense at all. But the spiral is like essentially like the literal spiral of like the maze that they put you in, that the monster puts you in, or like just literally you going insane. Like it is the downward spiral of becoming crazy. Continuing.
No, you're fine.
Derailing it, being like, have you heard of this British podcast? It's really popular.
Nope. Now you've just educated me because I had not.
It's fine.
All right. This is the one that I would always go crazy for.
Yeah, that's your Dami Mommy.
You know what's funny? I've heard someone call her Dami Mommy on a channel before, and I'm like, you right.
I mean, you're right, but you're right.
And I love that she shows off her tattoos.
Yeah, that's not generally a thing in Korea.
So she is the main rapper, lead dancer, and sub vocalist, and she is a Pisces. Gliophobia or oleophobia.
Wheelophobia?
Wheelophobia?
We have the internet. Okay, oleophobia meaning. Oh, it's the fear of fire. Oh, aglio. Duh.
Oh, fear of physical pain.
Yeah, aglio is like usually like the spell in like the SMT and Persona games. That's the fire spell, and I was like,
oh, that does.
That's where they got that. Yeah, fear of fire. Yeah, there's also definitely that's just called the desolation.
But Dami is also a former member of Minx, and let's see, and then last one is Gayun. Now Gayun is lead rapper, sub vocalist, and maknae, which means that she's the youngest.
Okay, she's the baby spice.
Yeah, she is baby spice. She's best in math. Go figure.
Cool. I can't do math.
I know. I'm like smart, pretty, and good at math. Damn.
Yeah, I was like, man, her school life must have been very interesting.
Right? All right. So we're starting off with their title tag, Trace Me, which, like I said, came out Friday the 13th. So these girls were really gunning for that like horror image.
Okay. Yeah, and this one is, I assume, supposed to be like based off of their like lead singer, whose horror is supposed to be like the fear of being chased.
So yeah, it's literally like all of them are representing a nightmare in a different form in the video. I just love that their company used to be called Happy Face.
TV.
Right?
World disbelief. Is 808 like a 666 in a different country?
You know what? I think it's a music beat, but now I'm not sure.
I was like, oh, it's probably like, it's like the horror number. It's like, this is normal and fine.
Right?
Normal and fine for a paranormal investigator. Like, if this was an anime opening, I wouldn't bat an eye.
No, if this was an anime opening, it would be the best anime of the season.
You're gonna pack heat at the end of Dan? Maybe you should. You should. We're gonna put that in the parking lot.
I love that they torture him.
Room number is for that weird, like, the one that inspired The Shining.
Maybe?
I don't know the number of it is.
There's a lot of Shining elements.
Yeah, because there's definitely, like, oh, that's pathetic. Well, it reminds me of a scene that's in, I think it's from Fairy Tales. But there's a scene where, like, the little kid, like, loses his facial features and it goes onto, like, a giant gingerbread cookie, and I was like, I'm good with this one.
Yeah. No one's there. Dun dun dun. Always gotta love a good music box at the end.
Clearly they all died if they're ghosts.
That's the thing. In this video, I'm gonna play it back from the beginning. They're actually supposed to be nightmares to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
because this is like, it was like, he seems like he's supposed to be like a paranormal investigator.
Yes.
I was like, they're clearly haunting him. Like, that's very clear. But like, it seemed like, I don't know, this is usually very associated with like spirits and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
Especially with like the camera and like the flashing lights and stuff.
Oh, I love the flashing lights, and especially that like tealish color that they make everything besides the doors.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it an eerie feeling.
Yeah.
And I love all the before shots they set up like this, where like there's nothing there, but then he looks and there's Jiu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they're such babies in this. They're all so young.
They're little babies.
They are babies. But I thought it's like a really good mini horror movie. All right, we'll continue on to their next song.
I'm like looking, I'm like, what is the hotel room number? Oh, it's 217. So this is very different. Okay, never mind. Yeah, and it's the Stanley Hotel. It's like, or the 237. They have conflicting things, but I was like, it's definitely not 808. I don't know where they got 808 from.
808 is a beat of music.
Okay.
So they were making like a music joke.
Okay. So like, you gotta go in the music room.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
So this video is gonna pick up exactly where the last one left off.
Oh, okay. So when they said to be continued, they meant it. Okay.
They meant it.
Okay.
All right, this is Good Night. Oh. I love how creepy this is.
Oh no, they're still not beating the ghost allegations for me.
I love them. So I mean, like, you destroy the books like that.
Okay, so this one's the claustrophobia one, I assume.
You know what? I'm
It's
wondering.
also kind of the agoraphobia one because it had plenty of fire, but also I imagine it's the thing that he's specifically scared of is getting trapped in the glass.
Yeah. Oh, and those robes, you can actually buy them for the concerts.
I was like, oh, is that why you guys were making them and talking about being like, there's gonna be a bunch of people with cloaks and stabs?
Because we look like a cult.
A bunch of little dark mages to the K-pop concert. Don't worry about it.
Oh, so what did you think of that one?
Also, the songs are really good. It's just really good.
They're some solid tracks for a debut and then a comeback to a debut. I think they're really solid tracks.
They're really good. Also, they do a really good job of like the very light atmospheric horror that isn't so bad that you're like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, it's not like a horror where you're like, but
no, it's
like,
just, it gives it a nice creepy atmosphere, and that's good. I guess it's got like some influences from obviously a bunch of different horror movies, but like it does still seem very like ghost inspired, even though they're supposed to be like, I guess, nightmares. But I guess it could be like just the incorporeal nature of like how they're scaring him. I don't know.
Well, it starts out that they're nightmares, and then you find out how they're nightmares in the next one, because the next one's actually a prequel from that will go to back.
Okay. I'm just gonna believe you.
So this track is called Fly High.
Mm-hmm.
We now get to see the building from the outside.
싶어지는 걸 절대로 멈출 수가 없어 가시도 천장미처럼 헤어날 수 없을
Okay, but like you chose to close the gate.
Okay, so let me go back because that one has a lot of subtlety to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, there we go. So this one, did you catch the storyline, or what parts of the storyline did you catch?
So I caught bits of it more at the end of like how I suppose the Stanley Hotel made them think that they had to stay. But also they like poked hole, like they didn't poke holes in the little spider guy, but it seemed like they were gonna torture him with a little
Good, you caught
magnifying
on.
glass, and I was like, no!
Yes,
You're
so
not letting
this,
him breathe and you're gonna burn that poor boy to death?
it's actually a curse from the Spider Queen.
I mean, you
That,
deserve it a little bit.
yeah, that makes them into nightmares because Jiu finds a spider here and
Mhm.
captures it.
Yeah.
And then Yuyan decides to torture it with the magnifying glass.
Yeah. I was
So
like, and again, they didn't poke any holes in the top of it. I was like, that spider's gonna die very slowly.
very slowly until Yuyan gets there. Because you're
Yeah.
right, they forgot to poke holes in the top.
They didn't do anything to help it breathe.
No, and I love the like creepy atmosphere here with
Mhm.
like the plants and just the way it's directed is really good.
Mhm. I was like,
I
and we
wonder-
get something weird happens in the middle of the night with the weird like hand being like,
Yeah, like
yeah. Also, your room is gross now.
Now did you notice that one?
The little paper airplane.
There. So the girls are getting under the spell one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So these are two of the girls watching Handong, who's next to get entrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Like a blink and you miss it moment.
I was also seeing like certain people like kind of like becoming, what's the word? Kind of being like the epitome of the fear, kind of, or like exemplifying like whatever like the thing is that they're supposed to be representing is the thing that everybody's kind of like they're getting to that point.
Yeah.
But did I notice it was a curse from the Spider Queen? No.
No, don't worry. That's why if you had noticed that, I was gonna be like, I give you my hat. I was just curious what storyline you might have seen in it.
I was like, it's definitely pulling from a lot of different places, like in horror. Obviously, The Shining, still like very much a thing that whoever directed this was like, I loved The Shining.
Yeah, they definitely love The Shining a lot.
And that's fine. It's just like very clearly like, oh yeah, there's a lot in there that's just like straight up The Shining. And that's okay.
And I really like it's called You
Mhm.
and I. And this goes back into After Good
Okay.
Night. So they're trying to get Yuyan away from the Spider Queen.
Okay.
Because she's trapped in this alternate dimension here.
Outfits always fire.
Their stylist never misses.
No, they're really good. It's also very interesting, like how much of the visual storytelling is like done through the clothes. It's also really interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Spiderweb.
I wonder how that happened to you.
Right?
Also, the suits are great. I love the suits.
Yes, women in suits. That's Dami.
That's right. Are they old now, or are they just like
No, they're taking a picture.
Okay, I was
but-
like, her hair's like really silvery, and like, I don't know, the way that she was like hunched over was interesting, and I was like, oh, they also have like an older style of clothes, so I was like, are they supposed to try and like tell me that there's a passage of time? Or am I reading too much into it? Could be both.
No, that old lady was supposed to be the Spider Queen.
Okay.
눈을 감아 내 손을 잡아봐 다 잊어버려 혼자였던 시간 까만 세상 속에 네 편이 돼줄게 baby 이제는 나와 함께해 baby you and I baby you and I
Get her by the throat!
Literally. I love this one because I think it's like a really good continuation of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also so good at being so creepy. And that picture
Mm-hmm.
always follows us. Also, did you notice we're back to that teal, greeny, blue walls?
I did.
What'd you think?
I still really like them. I was like, they do a lot of like visual storytelling, which I think is really compelling. And they also did like the thing with the red wallpaper, which I also found really interesting.
Thing with
And,
the red
like,
wallpaper?
So they had like a big they had like a big black splash of like a weird wallpaper, and it was like the red light was kind of cast on it. And it was again, I'm gonna keep saying The Shining until it stops being correct. Very The Shining. But it's also interesting how they have that cool colored room, and then they have this one where the red, where it's where it's the fire, and also like them being like, well, this is bad. At
Right?
least that's what it looked like. And they also have a pop of red that continues over into a different scene. And I'm not sure what
Yeah.
it's supposed to be representative of, but I noticed that it happened.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's the evil force, because like
Yeah, I was like, it feels like more of them are being corrupted than actually are attempting to do a help.
it's
But
they're
also, I
trying to
don't know how
save
true
her.
that is.
From what I know of the lore, and forgive me if I get anything wrong, InSomnia.
I'm just gonna
but
believe you.
don't worry, in the comments I'll get corrected if I'm wrong. But they're trying to save Yuyeon from the Spider Queen,
Yeah.
but the curse is so deep in her that they can't get her out.
I was like,
And
I
then-
noticed that there was like some sort of like, it looked like they were trying to exorcise someone and it wasn't going super well.
Yeah.
But also that something like came up, and I'm not sure if that was supposed to be like the influence or it was supposed to be something weirder.
See, there's the spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hard to say.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know a lot, but then again, there's still some ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Thank you. To it.
It's okay.
Words.
Yeah, it was like, because there's definitely that like in a couple of spots, and like also like it coming up in the gray smoke when I think they're trying to like exorcise her one of the last
Yeah.
times. But then that's also happening, so I don't know if that's like, it's just like, nah, dude.
Yeah, because she tries to get out and then the portal closes. And poor Juice is standing there.
I mean, she did torture a spider to death for funsies.
Yeah.
I feel less bad for her.
Well, next time we'll continue the Nightmare Arc and you'll get the ending.
Okay.
But that is the beginning and middle point of the Nightmare Arc.
Okay.
Thank you for joining the Voyage. If you want to join my live streams for when I do reactions, the link is in the description below. I post both on my stories and on Discord when I go live as much as I can. As for me, you can find my socials at MEW21_cosplay. Julia, did you want to plug yourself?
I have an Instagram, but I don't update it like ever. It's at Madam Carnage if you get bored. I think I'm on Tumblr the same way. If you get bored and you like pictures of Melania.
Yeah, but you have
Because
some really cool cosplays.
from Elden Ring. I just really like reblogging pictures of her in a completely normal and heterosexual way. I love her. I love her. Yeah, I was like, it's mostly that.
All right. If you have a suggestion for something you think I should react to, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time we set sail. Good night.